Hello and welcome. This is Patrick from ZuluNet, and we have you an X-Wing game today. 200 points, of course. Kyle's playing First Order. I am playing Scum. As you can see here, we're getting straight into the game, into the movement, and we hope to cut down the video so that we can make it a pretty quick little experience here. But here we go. So Kyle's list, and you can see the full list down below. Kyle's list, he's playing First Order, like I said. He's got Petty Officer Thanison in the Upsilon Shuttle. He's got Blackout, Muse, and Lieutenant Rivas, both in First Order ties. Now this list has a lot of synergy going on. He kind of has running a pretty strong control game, especially against my list, which is Finn with Fearless, Guri with Advanced Sensors and Afterburners, and Torkel in the Hawk, and he's got nothing. He's got Torkel, and Torkel is amazing. So, but anyways, he's running a pretty strong control list against my list because things happen. He causes me to do things at range 0 to 2, and he gets free stuff. So basically, with his Petty Officer Thanison, he can choose if a ship at range 0 to 2 in his front arc gains a stress token. He can spend an energy to tractor that ship. Now, if you've ever played Finn before, you know that he lives both with exuberance, but also for survival. He lives at range 1. Okay, so he wants to be at range 1, and he's usually boosting in and then linking to like a red focus. Well, that's the only thing he can do. He's usually boosting in or barrel rolling and linking to a red focus, which means he gains a stress token, which means, and you're doing that to get at range 1 because he needs to be there. But anyways, as you can see, he can choose to tractor that ship, and tractor is usually a really, really bad thing for Finn. He can throw you outside of range 1, which again, that's where Finn absolutely has to be, or he can like throw you on a rock, or he can just do a lot of really bad things for Finn, because Finn especially, he just relies on position, on being able to fly him well and get him into the position that you need to do, that you need to be able to do what he needs to do to both wreck your enemy with all of the offensive power that he has, but also he needs that defensive Concordia face-off to trigger to stay alive because he only has 4 hull and no shields. So you can kind of see things are moving along on the game here. Guri's getting in position over the side. I'm kind of being cagey here with Finn and Torkel, and he's trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to go. But Guri on the outside, absolutely depends on maneuverability. He's got outmaneuver. I've got outmaneuver on Guri, and that's pretty good. Guri with advanced sensors is super, super strong because basically with a higher pilot skill or initiative level, I can usually see where everything is going and then decide. I can either barrel roll one way, boost one way, barrel one way or the other. I can boost, I can do anything before I actually move, or I can just move and then have an insane range of motion on the back end of that maneuver. So Guri with outmaneuver, my kind of plan here is obviously to use that outmaneuver, but I'm trying to basically divide his forces in between Guri and Finn. He's not really going for it, but we'll see. Kyle's a great player, and he's got some tricks up his sleeve in this game for sure. But nonetheless, we're starting to get into our first engagement here. If you're not familiar with Torkel, basically what Torkel does, he's super strong, and I like to fly him just with no upgrades or anything, no multi-crow, just straight Torkel. I think he's like 32 points or something, really cheap. But he gets to select an enemy ship in his firing arc and causes that ship to shoot at initiative 0, which means he's shooting after everything. So in this little engagement here, let's just say if Blackout, who's initiative level 5, and Guri are facing off, but I can drop Blackout to initiative 0 with Torkel, then Guri gets to shoot before Blackout, and it's pretty huge.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. No, not bad.
All right. 2.
Dodge
Not.
and I rolled
I just wanted you to
way
take,
over there.
I wanted you to take both of those. Obstructed.
Yeah.
Okay. The crit.
I don't care.
You got
All of them.
3 evades.
So, does Lieutenant Thanison have range? I do not. Shooting at Torkel.
No. Leave him alone. He hasn't done anything to you.
So, you
Hasn't done
get
anything to
one
you.
defense dice because I'm using Blackout.
Alright.
Wonderful.
I have a great history. 2 hits.
I mean, you're gonna take at least one here, so
Yes!
that's good enough for me.
Alright, yeah, so that's a shield. Shield on Torkel. Alright, so our first engagement there. I got really lucky with Finn being at range 2 as he was with Blackout. So usually my history Finn, if I don't manage to get him into range 1, then he just dies in the most horrible, most frustrating way possible. Usually at like range 2 or range 3, I got a token, I'm feeling good, and then I just blank out on my green dice. So I'm feeling pretty lucky I got away there with that, I feel. But anyways, we're kind of moving in. Now, something to note about Kyle's list that is really, really strong. So Muse takes stress away from a friendly ship at range 0 to 1. Lieutenant Thanison in the Upsilon, he has a stop maneuver, which is red, of course, and gives him the stress. But if he has Muse around, then he can remove that stress, and basically he can just park that giant Upsilon shuttle wherever he wants to. And that is exactly what he's going to do. And also, too, so for one thing, he's going to park that sucker right in between all of those rocks. So he's basically going to shut down a huge portion of the board from maneuver, which is what my list survives on. But also, bad things happen at range 0 to 1, or 0 to 2, I should say, for my ships. Alright, starting engagement phase, gets his range 1.
And I remove stress from Muse and bump my ship. And I pause.
Guri, however, does have a good shot lined up, I would say. Outmaneuver, don't remember. I mean,
Don't remember.
Don't remember.
You're so excited.
Don't remember. I am, dude. Things are coming together. Hopefully.
Very good.
Oh. You're rolling 2 dice.
2 dice.
Uh.
I have a shield.
Send it.
Blam.
2 hits and a crit. Yes, that was good. That was a good spend. And then crit.
Panic Pilot.
Panic Pilot. 2 stress.
Alright, Petty Officer Thanison.
He's so petty. Oh, that's not petty.
Nope.
To Guri.
Yep, so one in range.
To Guri.
Yes.
To Guri.
To you then? Oh, you should have capped that focus.
Yeah. I still would have taken the crit. Alright, so 1 shield. Where you right? There you are. 1 shield and then 1 crit.
1 damage and 1 crit. Oh, no, you
No,
you
I
get
rolled.
evade. Oh,
Yeah.
lucky you.
Structural damage.
Oh.
Roll while you defend. Roll 1 fewer dice.
You're always going to be outmaneuvered. Oh, I forgot.
I am. That's the eternal outmaneuvered. All right, so that was an interesting little combat situation there. So I was trying to get, ideally I would have gotten Finn into Arc of Blackout 2. I got Blackout into a pretty bad position there. I was able to put some pain on him, but in so doing I exposed Guri and took some damage on him. Not only that, but I got the crit of structural damage, which I roll 1 less defense dice. And then with my type of list, it depends on maneuverability, depends on agility, depends on basically if I take a good hit, they're all kind of glass cannony, so they can die really, really fast. That's really bad. However, I did manage to get Panicked Pilot on Blackout, which is huge. Gives him 2 stress tokens, which means he's going to be working that stress off for the next 2 turns, which in this situation with this positioning effectively just puts him out of the fight because he can't barrel roll or boost or do anything to get back into the fight, so he's just kind of out there hanging out. Now, as you can see, the rest of Kyle's list is kind of moving in though, and that's a bit of a problem for me for sure, because like I said, that Epsilon, he can just park it wherever he wants to, block my maneuvering, which is huge, And basically, and essentially what he's trying to do is isolate Finn here and get Finn at like a range 2 shot, and be able to shoot at basically all of his ships. And even though, yeah, you might, oh well, the TIE First Order doesn't have a lot of firing power, but it can definitely hurt. And I will be going into I think yeah.
Petty Officer Thamison.
I think I don't like that one the most.
It's fine.
Oh,
it's bad.
Fearless for 2.
Oh no, 2 shields. Petty Officer Thamison.
Three.
3.
Protectorate. So I take 1.
Okay, well, I guess Rose will shoot. Remember your initiative order, guys. It's been a focus.
Not only did you do it wrong, this is Muse.
No, Muse. I missed Muse's shot.
Oh, that's what you're
Because
doing.
initiative 1. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm feeling really good. I only took 1 damage on Finn there, which was huge. I mean, he like I said, he survives at range 1. With Concordia face-off, he can change a blank green dice to an evade, and he gets an extra green dice at range 1 too. So that was really good. But with sitting on only 4 health, 4 whole, with no shields or anything, he can die really, really fast, especially if you get a crit in on him, and it just really mess up Finn's game. So things are kind of moving around. I got Guri out in the Netherlands. Now, one thing you might be noticing here with Guri, that she's lined up on that rock, but with advanced sensors, I can just barrel roll out of the way, so that's not a problem there. My thoughts here with Guri are trying to get her out and around so that she can use that outmaneuver. Now, Blackout is coming around, has cleared that stress from the panicked pilot. And so Blackout is definitely a huge threat to me right now, especially since he's going to park the Epsilon right there. And that basically limits Finn's maneuvers to the right. But as you can see, Blackout is chilling right there on the other side of that rock. So I'm most likely going to end up being in an obstructed shot, which with Blackout, with both Trick Shot and Blackout's ability, this is a really, really bad place. All right. Outmaneuver, but you got the rock, so you're rolling at normal.
Yep.
All right, 2 hits.
Normal, 1 little die.
Yeah.
So the first one to shoot is Lieutenant Rivas.
Yeah.
Is that a range 1? Ooh, it's very close. Get that one.
Yes.
It is range 1.
It is range 1. That's good for me. Because then Protectorate. What other crap it's called? Concordia face-off. We'll trigger.
Spin that focus.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
All right.
Flips 1. Thank you, Concordia face-off.
Blackout.
We may live yet.
He'll spend his target lock.
2. Okay. You're not gonna kill him.
Not yet.
Just 1 more.
Just 1 more.
Okay. Finn is half health.
And he gets another stress. And when he gets a stress, I get a target lock on him.
All right, so I took another health on Finn. That's half health. Honestly, that was as good as that could have gone for me. I was really, really scared about Blackout. The pucker factor was through the roof on that one. If you ever played Finn or the Fang Fighter, you'll know what I'm talking about. But again, you'll see this effectiveness with this Epsilon and Muse combo, where he's just going to be parking that Epsilon right where it is. Kind of putting around with Torkel on the outside. Torkel, that's just great. So Torkel, he's usually not a big enough threat for opponents to focus in on him, especially when there's just no upgrades on him, no Moldy Crow or anything. But Torkel's ability is huge, especially with a list like I've got going with Finn and Guri, both high initiative pilots, but I can basically hopefully ensure that Finn and Guri will be shooting first, especially with Finn. If you're going up against another pilot skill 6, he doesn't want to get shot back at as little as possible because he can die really, really fast, but he can also hit like an absolute train. So usually he's really good at knocking out aces, as we might see here in just a little bit. Spoiler alert, but really good at knocking out aces. He can hit like a horse, but he dies really fast. So at this point, I am really liking my positioning with Finn. I have gone and survived the gauntlet, so things are going really well for me in that respect. And yeah, but again, he's just got this massive control game going on in that center of the field where he's either blocking my movement or he's giving me stress, because he's giving me stress with Captain Phasma off the Epsilon. So that's really, really annoying, especially for Finn and Guri. Okay, well, Finn, sorry, buddy. This is what you're made for. This is the way. You like that?
Not really. It's a shame you don't have a focus in there.
Dang it! I know.
Ooh,
It's okay.
I'm gonna spend mine because that crit could kill me.
It does.
Or it does kill me anyway.
You're
Dang
dead.
it. Ah, I miscounted. Miscounted.
Oh, Finn!
Guri.
Yep. Let's... Close. Yep.
Maneuver.
Maneuvered, range 1. I was about to fearless it just reflexively.
Use my evade token.
And so 2.
It's a shield.
Range 3. Torkoal also has the thing where you don't roll any evade dice.
Right.
He gets to change his spreads to crits. It's a cool card. It's a new
update.
freaking sharpshooter, baby.
Got one more.
Sharpshooter.
Let me see. I don't think I'm in range, but I'm so in range.
Oh, there you go. Uh-oh, you said it. 2. Spending my focus. For 2.
Alright, now Guri gets a stress.
Dude. Alright, you're getting this because of Muse, right? That's... Like,
no,
it's this.
Tennyson.
Okay.
Captain Phasma.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm about to...
We have 15 minutes.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, so the time is getting low. We got probably enough time for just another 1 or 2 rounds. But as you can see, Torkoal just sharpshooting from the from range 3. He's honestly, he's really good. He's really good at that. And he shouldn't be that good at it, but he is. But nevertheless, this game is definitely not over, even though I took out Blackout, which is huge for me. It's one less threat and one less really, really big threat that I don't have to worry about. But at the same time, he's kind of got Guri locked down where Guri is. Like, there's not much that I can do that I really want to do to get Guri out of that position. But that being said as well, Finn is doing his thing, and you'll see I'm about to get real confident with Finn and then forget about his little control. You can see the value of Kyle's control list going on right here. He's about to put Finn in a really bad position that Finn does not want to be in. But yeah, so he's definitely not out of this game by losing Blackout. I still have to chew through with that massive Upsilon Shuttle with 6 hull and 6 shields. And I still got 2 little, like, really annoying gnats that if I let them get away, can come around and hurt me pretty good. And they also have some pretty cool abilities, so. Two.
You don't want to spend the focus?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Alright. Half health, right?
Finally got all the shields down, yeah.
Alright, half health there. Alright, range 2 for Guri into LT. Alright.
I have initiative, so Muse shoots first.
Yeah, should have torqued.
Range 1 into
But that
Guri.
torqued didn't matter, but then I'm sitting there taking the wood. Always do your stuff.
Just a crit.
This
But you have no shields.
into Guri.
And you have 1 less, you got structural damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Torque.
Torqued.
Range 2.
Now I'm gonna go after Thanison.
Okay.
And yeah. 2 hits.
Is it, what? Is it range 3?
No, it's range 2.
Very good. Nothing. And I'm gonna shoot you with Rebus. Should be a range 3. Yeah, range 3. But you don't get the re-entry bonus because you're tractored. Spin my target lock.
Yes! That was 2 evades
Okay.
for 2 hits.
Petty Officer Thanison. This is ranged. Oh, Thanison, don't do me like that. Can't do anything about it.
And I'm just rolling 2 dice, right? This is the way. All right, so you can see he was able to tractor Finn out of range 1. Now that's honestly better. He could have tracked me onto the rock. That wouldn't have killed me if I got the damage, but then the Upsilon would not have been able to shoot at Finn. And either way, Finn, he still gets a defensive bonus, a really big defensive bonus at range 1. So putting him out at range 2 was the best option for him. Luckily, Finn got by the skin of his teeth again. And that's just kind of how Finn plays. Like, it's super ballsy every time. Like, you gotta be bold with him, and sometimes it can really come back to hurt you. But then also too, Torquil taking pot shots, man. He's actually doing a lot of damage in this game. Just chilling at range 3. His pilot ability doesn't really matter anymore. However, he's still there. He hasn't got any damage on him. Well, I think he did, but either way, he's still a factor in this game for sure. And we're about to go into the last round here, so this is pretty critical. Like, he could do a lot of damage and kill Torquil and win the game. So it could go either way. All right, Finn, this is what you're made for. Yep, this is what you're made for.
Deleting TIE fighters.
All right, 3 hits and a crit.
Spin focus.
So
So just the crit goes through the shields.
crit go through the shield.
Blinded
Hit.
pilot.
Yeah, crits.
Can only modify my dice with force points until it's repaired.
Yeah, range 2, Guri, 2 LT.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's dead.
1 and 2 crits. 1 hit, 2 crits. Not
gone.
what you needed. All right, Torquil. Well, I only have the shot into the big guy here. All right, 3 crits, and they're all going to be like direct damage and stuff. So that's what's about to happen. Oh, are we? You only have 4 left.
Yeah, and that's the time.
Ah. Two hits. All right. Couldn't kill him.
Nope.
2 left on him.
Turn fire.
Ooh. Man.
Oh,
Really
boy.
want to change that reinforce, huh?
It'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I take it.
I would have killed you.
Take it. Where are you? My shield.
I would have killed you.
Well, yeah, it would have.
Good game.
All right, yeah. So let's shake again so we see that we like each other. Okay. All right, so you got half health on Finn. You got.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's it. Half health on Finn. So yeah, I definitely won there.
Yeah.
So I killed Blackout. I got half health on the big guy. I got half health on Muse, and I killed the other guy. Ooh.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think the game. Well, for me, Finn surviving that whole rigmarole, that was a really good move. But Finn surviving that was huge for me. But then also right here, I was debating between like running away or something with Finn, and me turning in to where I could get that shot that killed Blackout.
Yeah.
That was freaking huge.
That was.
But man, you really did play a really good denial game for my type of list at the same time.
Yeah, there's things I could have done better. I brought the engagement too far into the middle. I needed to stay back.
Yeah.
Because too much out of his arc.
Mm-hmm.
He's not my main shooter, but he has a lot of firepower, and I didn't shoot that much with him.
So how does he clear the stress?
Muse was clearing the stress. So
but is that a range 1 thing?
0 to 1, yeah.
0 to 1?
That's why Muse is constantly just hovering around him.
So you gotta okay. So what you gotta do. Yeah, but I mean, even so, like, how you parked him in between all of those rocks, like my list survives. It only lives on maneuverability.
Yeah.
Only, you know. So doing that, I think if you would have done that and I hadn't come around this rock with Guri and I would have gotten stuck over here looking this way, that would have changed the game too.
Yeah.
Because then Guri.
And again, that's part of I shouldn't have come that far out.
Yeah, but then you want to, But yes, either way, it was still a really good game.
I got a little too excited with Blackout in the beginning, but he was lucky to survive that. That was very fortunate for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was just focusing on. And I mean, you've played me a lot, but usually people either really focus on Finn or really focus on Guri. And Finn, I think I do a bad job of trying to keep Finn out of the fight too much. But Finn, scared of him getting popped at range 2, which happens all the freaking time.
Yeah.
But dude, he lives at range 1. He works at range 1. And then, but with Guri, so it's like I was trying to get Finn in there where he could do his nasty, dirty knife work, and then Guri be out without maneuver, like ding, ding, ding. But either way, I was thinking you go after Guri, you go after Finn. Either one, the other one can punish you for it. And then Torkel just taking pot shots at range 3, like ding, ding, which he does a good job of.
Yeah.
He's easily ignored.
Yeah, I had a couple of pretty close opening shots on you where it's just like...
Yeah, no, there were some really hairy spots, really hairy moments in that game for me. I was like, oh! Yeah, dude, I never roll good at range 2 with Finn. I rolled 3 evades in 1 roll.
Yeah.
That never happened.
That made me pretty sad.
That never happened.
Like, I've got him. He's tracked it as well.
I got my 1 for like the year. I got my 1 survival roll at range 2 or 3 with Finn for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was still a good game.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this list. It's fun to play.
Yeah, that was a solid. Lots of synergy. Synergy off the board, off the charts. This is a new list for me too. This is the first time I played it, because I think adding Torkel to it helps. But I finally figured out a way to get an advanced sensors afterburners Guri on the table with a Finn and another ship. Because it was either like this is weird like in between with the points, but Torkel, is a great other ship, great third ship that just putts around and does his job really freaking well.
Yeah, it does.
And it comes out in at 194 points, so it's like it's that weird balance between too many points or not enough, and it's like just not enough. But that's exactly what you want with this type of list, because you want to give initiative to the opponent. Yeah, 100%. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna do some more X-Wings, and we're gonna try and get some other games on channel too. Get some other friends involved that play some other games,
Yeah.
this and that. So look for exciting things. Bye bye.